Niccolo Machiavelli was born in Florence in 1469. His father was a lawyer, and so Machiavelli received an extensive formal education and got his first job as a secretary for the city of Florence. But soon after his appointment, Florence exploded politically and expelled the Medici family, who'd ruled it for 60 years, and suffered decades of political instability and turmoil. As a consequence, Machiavelli experienced a series of career reversals. Over just a few decades, he went from being an important diplomat to a semi-successful general to an enemy of the state, tortured and then exiled when the Medici returned to power. Although Machiavelli was rather a failed politician, he can be remembered as a truly great man because of two works he wrote, The Prince and The Discourses. In them, he attends to a central problem of politics then as now. We're often appalled by how sly and dishonest many politicians are, but we shouldn't be. In moods like this, we need to remember and read the works of Niccolo Machiavelli, a late 15th century political advisor and political theorist who argued that we shouldn't think that politicians are immoral and simply bad for lying and dissembling and maneuvering.
Politicians are all talk.
The politicians
no
are going to destroy this country. They're weak and they're ineffective.
People in our country negotiating for us, and we have leaders that don't know what they're doing.
A good politician, in Machiavelli's remarkable view, isn't one who's friendly and honest and kind. It's someone, however occasionally dark and underhand they might be, who knows how to defend, enrich, and bring honor to the state, which is also an extremely important goal. Being nice may well be a virtue in general, but what citizens most need from their rulers is effectiveness, which may well call upon some darker arts. Once we understand this basic requirement, we stand to be less disappointed and clearer about what we want from our politicians.
I think they made a mistake, but not with Obama, because he's weak and he's ineffective.
We have
and he's not
incompetent politicians, not only the president.
Obama would get creamed. We have this guy, Lindsey Graham, a total lightweight. Here's a guy, in the private sector, he couldn't get a job, believe me. Lindsey Graham, your senator. What a stiff, what a stiff. By the way, he's registered 0 in the polls. 0.
I couldn't care less about Lindsey Graham. He's registered,
Hillary
I think,
Clinton
0 in
was
the
the
worst Secretary of State in the history of the United States. Hillary was the worst.
Hillary Clinton's going to be a horrible president.
I think Hillary would be a terrible president. She was the worst Secretary of State in the history of our nation. Why would she be a good president?
Machiavelli proposed that the overwhelming responsibility of a good prince is to defend the state from external and internal threats to stable governance. This means he must know how to fight, but more importantly, he must know about reputation and the management of those around him.
Russia's now talking to Iraq. They're going to do some bombing and of ISIS, which frankly I think is a great thing. Let Russia bomb ISIS. What are we talking about? They want to bomb them. Let them bomb them. Bomb the hell out of them. No, bomb them.
People should neither think he is soft and easy to disobey, nor should they find him so cruel that he disgusts his society. He should seem unapproachably strict, but reasonable.
Stay in the race. Just stop being a jackass.
I don't think he represents the Republican Party, and his views are way out of the mainstream of what Republicans think.
Donald Trump doesn't represent the Republican Party. I think his remarks were offensive.
One word for Mr. Trump: basta.
When Machiavelli turned to the question of whether it was better for a prince to be loved or feared, he wrote that while it would theoretically be wonderful for a leader to be both loved and obeyed, a prince should always err on the side of inspiring terror, for this is ultimately what keeps people in check.
Are good means in controlling power? Or maintaining power?
No, exactly. That would be something fascist.
Oh, that's not good. Good means. Do you think it's effective? Maybe not necessarily that.
To some level, but I mean, it doesn't. It's not running along with human rights.
It doesn't matter in a certain sense who is elected president unless there is a political revolution in this country of many, many millions of people who are coming together standing up and saying loudly and clearly, enough is
Democracy,
enough.
The mass, the sovereign is mass rules, I guess, is the mass is free as compared to oligarchy, where it's the few govern, as compared to the mass democracy. Do you feel like nowadays in modern day America, are we leaning more towards a democracy or an oligarchy?
I think, yeah, we do have a certain amount of democracy. It can go both ways. Now, according to what Trump is trying to do, make the richer people richer,
right,
poorer. You could say that it's run under, democratic laws, but it's still not democracy because.
So it's run. We have the structure of democracy, but inside of it, it's not, right.
It's not, because the poor people don't have as much of a say as the rich people.
The Koch brothers will spend some $900 million. That is more money than either the Democratic Party or the Republican Party will spend. When you have one family spending more money than either of the two major political parties, my friends, you're not looking at democracy, you are looking at oligarchy, and that has got to change.